Welcome back to the Bible Library, where we are exploring right now the Pentateuch, the first 5 books of the Old Testament. We've gone through the entire New Testament, so if you're looking for those, check out the YouTube playlist. This is the book of Exodus today, the second book of the Old Testament. And these are very cleverly named, as I mentioned last Friday. The book of Exodus is about the Exodus from Egypt. Clever. Anyway, so this is the Moses story, if you will, right? It starts with what happens after the generations, after Joseph. Joseph's people came and settled on the land, but things were forgotten. The Egyptians were afraid and ended up enslaving the people of Israel. And then we set up, fast forward, kind of modern day of this time, with Moses, right? Being sent out into the river by his mom to protect him from a massacre of all the young males. An ark, actually, not just a basket, an ark. Deliverance in water, ringing a bell from Genesis, right? This is all connected. And so we see Moses lead the people, well, of course, with God's call and help, and the 10 plagues. I've seen some people joking that, I don't know if you've seen the meme going around, it's Ramses kind of being like the Pharaoh during the time of Moses, Ramses II, with the caption, "You're complaining after one plague?" Because there were 10 in Exodus. Anyway, hopefully there wasn't a spoiler alert for you. If you see the 10 Commandments, it's kind of the book of Exodus, or Prince of Egypt, or VeggieTales, right? It's a book that's, we hear about the deliverance of God's people who waited for so long. This is a section that perhaps is relevant right now. People who waited so long for deliverance, and now it's finally come. It also has 10 Commandments. God giving the law. Oh, we also have some missteps by the people wandering the wilderness. Perhaps we can relate to that now. So I think if you're looking for a book that's a good saga, that has some laughs, some cries, some ups and downs, and faithfulness fulfilled. God keeping the promises to free the people, right? We need that uplifting news. Promise fulfilled despite the people sometimes, as Exodus will come to show us. Well, this book's for you. And if you are reading all of it and you've read Genesis, you're going to hear things from Genesis harken back to in this book of Exodus. So, I encourage you, if you're looking for a video format, I don't think Ten Commandments or Prince of Egypt was on Netflix, but I think it's off it now. So you'll have to rent it. I think they're both like 99 cents. So there you go. You could probably read the book of Exodus faster than watching the 10 Commandments, but you could also just watch it because it's fun. There's some liberties. In fact, you could watch it and then read it and see how they differ, because there's some Hollywood liberties there too. But yeah, and Prince of Egypt, love that movie. So I hope this was inspiring you, perhaps for your match. Maybe you haven't found your match yet. This is a book different from a lot of others, so give it a shot. The Book of Exodus.